The people who say you can't and you won't are usually the ones scared that you will. Your value is not determined by someone else's inability to see your worth. Today is the oldest you've ever been in your life, and the youngest you'll ever be again. Don't set yourself on fire to keep others warm. If you expect the world to be fair with you because you are fair, you're fooling yourself. That's like expecting the lion not to eat you because you didn't eat him. There is a healthy amount of distrust to have in everyone. Nobody's intentions are truly clear, even after being stated. You aren't crazy. You're intelligent. Don't be afraid of a shadow. It just means there's a light nearby. Just because you hate this chapter doesn't mean you'll hate the book. When you try to please everybody, you almost always please nobody. If you wouldn't take advice from them, why would you take criticism? If it can be fixed, why are you complaining? If it can't be fixed, why are you complaining? If you're trying to break a habit, don't say, "This is the last time I'm doing it," to yourself. Instead, say, "This is the first time I'm not doing it." A ship in the harbor is safe, but that is not what ships are built for. The trouble is, you think you have time. People don't think about you as much as you imagine they do. Dead people receive more flowers than the living ones because regret is stronger than gratitude. You cannot convince people to love you. No one will ever give you love because you want him or her to give it. Real love moves freely in both directions. Don't waste your time on anything else. Life can only be understood backward, but it must be lived forwards. You don't notice your progress in life because you are always raising the bar. Let go or be dragged. You'll ruin your life trying to make everyone happy. People will forget what you said. People will forget what you did. But people will never forget how you made them feel. If you have more than 3 priorities, you have none. Knowledge is knowing that a tomato is a fruit. Wisdom is not putting it in a fruit salad. People don't get what they deserve. You aren't always responsible for the first thought you have, but you are responsible for the second one. Never be so kind you forgot to be clever, and never be so clever you forgot to be kind. Your mind gives up a lot faster than your body. A calm sea will not make you a skilled sailor. Just because a thought got your attention doesn't mean it deserves your attention. Waiting for change while not doing anything for it is like waiting for the train at a bus stop. If you find yourself repeatedly questioning whether or not something is right for you, the answer is usually no. At some point, you will realize no one else has a say in your life unless you let them. A blind man is a poor guide until it gets dark. When you work for someone else, you have the right only to labor, not to the fruits of your labor. We have two lives, and the second begins when we realize we only have one. Children make so much noise you can't think, but when they leave the house forever, the silence is maddening. Hope for the best, plan for the worst. If you look for the light, you will often find it. But if you look for the dark, it is all you will ever see. You might be the sweetest peach on the tree, but some people just don't like peaches. If all our problems were cards and we could lay them out on the table, I bet you'd pick your own backup. The cave you fear to enter holds the treasure you seek. If the only prayer you ever say in your entire life is thank you, it will be enough. The bee doesn't waste its time trying to convince the fly that honey is better than shit. Nothing in life that is worth having comes easy. Everything can be taken from a man but one thing, the last of the human freedoms, to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances, to choose one's own way. It's possible to commit no mistakes and still lose. That is not a weakness. That is life. You're going to make a lot of people mad doing what's right for you. You can't cross the ocean until you lose sight of the shore. It's easy to fool someone. It's hard to convince them that they've been fooled.